Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rubylee B, and this is a new you, where I help twin flames to heal and to master thyself along thy twin flame journey. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And so today I want to talk to all of the empaths that are out there. I want to remind all of you who are empathic, highly sensitive beings, highly sensitive creatures, understand that your sensories, as I like to call it, taste, touch, feels, has been heightened. And you must be careful, because you can easily mistake someone else's emotions from your own. Someone else's emotions can really feel as if it is you. How do I know? Well, I'm empathic. I'm highly sensitive. And here, within the last few months, I have noticed that my sensories has increased at an all-time high, to where it feels as though at times that it's a little too much. As a matter of fact, I mentioned in one of my other videos that I had a mental breakdown in January, and I mentioned to the doctor that I was seeing how I can feel everything, and so he gave me some medication to block some of my my pathways, as he called it, so that I won't feel as much, and I can live a normal lifestyle. And I can go out and go places and do things without feeling every little vibration and every one around me. And so I would have to say the medication that he had me on, it has worked. It has worked. It was like a 15-day medicine that he had me take, and it worked. And so I say that to say, if you need to receive some help and some support, if you need some outside help, if you need to go and see a doctor about your mental and emotional health, do so. If you need to see a therapist that can help support you and whatever it is that you're going through, do so. There is no shame. Sometimes what I see, especially in a spiritual community, sometimes we're not the most easiest folks, we don't receive help, right? We're always on the helping end, helping and support other people. But however, it's hard for us to go and get the help and support that we need sometimes. And so I'm here to tell you there's no shame in getting some help and some support, even if you feel as though you have a knowingness of what's going on. And for me, as I went through that breakdown, that meltdown, one of the things that held me together was that I did have a sense of knowingness of what I was going through. I knew that I was going through my dark night of the soul. I knew that I was going through a major transformation. But do you think I went to the doctor's office telling him all that? No. No. I did not. Okay, I did not. Right? A part of me said, okay, they're gonna put you in a crazy house. Okay, so don't be telling them all that spiritual stuff, right? Because they're gonna think you crazy and put you in a crazy house, right? But then there's that other side of me was like, so what? Let them think you crazy. Okay? Let them think you crazy. Who cares? Okay? You might get a check about you might get a check up off of it. You might be able to, okay? This might help you out. So anyways, those were some of the random thoughts that I was thinking about as I was going through that. You know? And so, like I said, you know, I always have a sense of knowingness of what I'm going through. And so even though I know the spiritual side of what I'm going through, right? I still felt the need to what? Get some help and some support, right? Because I have a sense of knowingness what's going on with me, right? Dark night of the soul. I'm going through my transformation, right? The last time I went through my great transformation, my dark night of the soul, I went through something similar to what I went through, what I'm going through right now, and what I went through in January, right? But however, it's different, you know? It's different, you know? Things have heightened at a all-time high, and this time around, I said that, okay, you know what's going on with you, but you really don't know. And so I always operate from a space of, I know, but I don't know. And I believe that that is a healthy balance, right? Right? Because even though you think you know, you really don't know, for real, right? You really don't know. And so I operate like that to leave myself open to receive the help and support that I need, right? Right? Because, you know, we be, you know, especially us Black folks, okay? We be self-diagnosing all the time, okay? We would do whatever it is that we have to do to not go see a doctor because we think we know what's going on, right? All I need is, you know, my home remedy. All I need is some garlic. All I need is, by the way, in hindsight, right? What I realized, what could have set off my mental breakdown, the panic attacks that I was having was I've been having this itching sensation that I've been dealing with. And so in me trying to heal myself and me trying to find some, you know, home remedy, you know, because like I said in one of my other videos, you know, my doctor's appointment was in April, you know, and so I was trying to hang on until then, but I couldn't. I had to go in and get some help immediately. But where I went wrong, right? Where I went wrong, not really understanding how sensitive I am. And there's just some things that could have done in my past that I can't do now, right? The doors of the past has shut. It's a whole new world. I have to operate differently, and you have to operate differently as well. And so there might be some things that you, you know, you were able to do 2 months ago, a year ago, 6 months ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago that you can't do now, right? Because it affects your mind, body, spirit in a completely different way than what it did back then, right? And so I say all that to say where I went wrong was I was taking Benadryl to help with my itching sensations. And it also helped with my anxiety, right? But I didn't know I was having anxiety until I went to the emergency room. But before that, it was for my itching sensations that I was having from head to toe, whole body just itching, right? And so I began to take some Benadryl to help with that. And then I started to sip on some red wine. Now, one of my no-nos, and now I know why this has been one of my no-nos. You know, I don't mix medication and alcohol because I know how sensitive I am. And, you know, I have heard cases of people dying and things of that nature because they mix in, you know, alcohol, you know, with, you know, prescription pills and things of that nature. So I always knew that there was a no-no, but for whatever reason, okay, whatever reason, right? And, you know, I think it started one early morning when I came home from work. I work night shifts. And so when I came home around 3 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning, right, itching, scratching. And so therefore I took me a Benadryl. And then shortly after that, I sipped on some red wine. And before you know it, it became a thing, right? It became a thing that I was doing for at least a good 2 weeks, I would have to say, right? Of mixing red wine with Benadryl. And by the way, it felt really good. I would have to say, listen, it felt really, 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 really good, okay? That high was very nice. I enjoyed it. I liked it, right? And then on top of that, I had the nerve in the morning time to make a green smoothie, and I began to put raw garlic in my green smoothies, which I've absolutely been loving. But however, the Benadryl, the red wine, and the raw garlic and my green smoothie, all that within 24 hour span just did not work for me, okay? And needless to say, I believe that those combination of things is what led to my mental breakdown that I had and me tapping into a realm within myself that I have never been ever, okay? It was like I'm in hell. I'm in hell in my soul. That's how it felt. And you know, and I began to put garlic in my green smoothies because I've learned that, you know, spiritually, you can use that as protection, that it has, you know, spiritual powers. And now I know that. Okay, now I know that, right? And so, needless to say, you know, in hindsight, you know, I was able to see, okay, where I went wrong, right? But, you know, I'm glad I experienced what I experienced because it was a lesson learned. And the lesson for me is that I can't be doing all that because it got to the point where I couldn't, like, every 6 hours, you know, and those times was getting closer together where I needed to take a Benadryl and sip on some red wine, right? Because my body was having these shakes. It was almost like You know, it was almost like I felt as though I've been doing this for years and I'm trying to stop doing it. And my body is going through all these tremors and shaking. It's, I have watched movies, where people were hooked on drugs, crack cocaine or whatever. And they're trying to, detox and get off of it, and they're shaking. And well, that's how I was with the Benadryl, the red wine, and the green smoothie with garlic in it. Yeah. Yeah. So, when I went through it, it was scary. In hindsight, it was very entertaining, very entertaining, very entertaining. I would have to say, and we pray for things, but we often don't know what it is that we're going to go through. To get to our next level in life. And we say things not really knowing exactly what it is that we're asking for or saying, right? And so I used to say that I want to live a life of adventure. Well, this twin flame journey is a life of adventure, filled with many ups and downs, twists and turns. And what I went through in January, oh yeah, that was nothing but an adventure. And so in my past days, when I asked and prayed to live a lifestyle of adventure and excitement and love and ambiance and beauty and luxury and all of the good things, right? Like I said, you never know what you're going to go through to get those things, to receive those things, And it does pay to be specific about exactly what it is that you want to experience. Because adventure does not always mean good adventure, right? What I went through in January was not good. But however, it worked out for my good. And I'm here today to tell you my story of what I went through and the lessons that I learned. And so this video is for all of my empathic souls out there. If you're struggling, it's okay to get the help and support that you need, even though you may feel as though you have a sense of knowingness and understanding of what's going on. Still, get yourself some professional help, because you may think you know, you may feel as though you know, and you may do know, but then you don't know, right? And so you want all of the help. You want the spiritual help, you want the physical help, you want all of the help that you need to help you to be at your best self. And so I just wanted to remind all of my empathic souls that understand that when you are in the grocery stores, when you are at work, when you are going about your ways, when you're at that, dinner party, understand that you are picking up on people's emotions everywhere you go. And you have to begin to learn how to you have to know what's yours and what's not yours. You really have to know what's yours and what's not yours. And so anytime you go into any public place, just always be aware of how you're feeling before you go up in there, right? And take notice of how you feel after. And be able to, be like, okay, that doesn't belong to me. That came up off of somebody else, or him, her, or, whoever, I remember, being at work, and I was working with this lady, and we were in the wash bay. I work at a food manufacturing facility, and we were back there in the wash bay washing some equipment, and she was telling me all her business. Listen, life coach everywhere, right? People love to tell me their business. And so she's telling me her business, and we're playing in the water, and I realized at some point in time, my emotions shifted. When I came into work, I was empowered. I was on my Rubylee B high, my spiritual high. I always have my set of meditations that I got going on in my mind to get me through the workday. And so I'm, in my high vibes. And then I began to talk to her. And after being back there with her for about an hour or two, I noticed on my break that I was not feeling well at all. At all. And I was like, what is this? Right? And then I was reminded that that's not you, that's her. That's her. That's not you. You were feeling good when you walked up in here. And you start working around her, and now you're not feeling, but I bet she was feeling really well, right? Energy transference, right? I took on her pain and she took on my feel goods. Right? Right? And so the beautiful thing about myself is that I know how to transmute that energy. But I always don't, I'm not always aware that, hey, this is not you. This belongs to them. And at the end of that night, I remember driving home and feeling these suicidal type of thoughts. And I know me, I'm not suicidal. But the lady that I was working with is. She is. And I'm saying that she is because she tells me all her business, right? And so even in that moment, I had to, I'm like, this ain't you. This belongs to her. This isn't you. And so me being aware of myself, right? And that's a part of self-mastery skills, is being aware of thyself, being aware of what's going on within you at all times. And yes, sometimes it can be a lot of work, but you have to be aware, especially as you are out here getting around other people. Because their jujus would get all over you. Their bad jujus would get all over you. And then all of a sudden you feel depressed, you feel sad, you feel suicidal, and it's not yours, right? It's not yours, it's theirs, right? And so, guys, that is it. I just wanted to send out that message of awareness to all of my empathic souls who takes on everybody's emotions. You must take extra special care of yourself at this time, as everything has heightened and you can feel a lot more than what you perhaps felt in the past. And it can make you feel crazy. It literally can. And so, like I said, if you need to get you some professional help, do so. Do so. And so some of my home remedies, some of the things that I do to protect my energy is drinking plenty of water, That helps to protect your energy, right? I like to take Epsom salt baths. I heard something crashed outside. That's what I kind of spaced off to. And then sometimes well, if you can't take Epsom salt baths, maybe you don't have, a tub that you can relax and lay your body into and soak for about 30 minutes, an hour, 15 minutes, right? You can get some olive oil and Himalayan salt, and you can scrub your body from head to toe. And that will help to protect your energy, protect your aura. That will help to cleanse and clear you. And so those are some of the things that I do to protect my energy. And, and you may have to level up, right? Your bath and shower, right? You may have to take, 2 to 3 a day. Depending on how sensitive you are, you may have to constantly cleanse yourself from the inside out. And so those are some of the things that I do to protect my energy. And so, yeah. And so that is it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please remember to click those thumbs up and leave positive feedback in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. And so that is it. I will see you in the next video, and I will leave you in love. Bye-bye.